Hey, what's up, guys? It's part two. Hope you enjoyed part one. That was a good, last subject there, topic, I thought. And we're just gonna keep it going. Let's tie into what I've said in part one as far as needs and wants. If you ignored social media completely, how motivated would you be, and in what areas? That's kind of that would leave a lot of people stuck because social media has such a heavy influence on everyone's lives. The very few people I interact with that does not deal with social media at all is so few and so rare that I would just want to ask those people this question. Because everyone else, no offense, you probably get a brain fart. No social media, how motivated would you be? Now, some people need that type of, I don't want to call it punishment. They need that type of elimination to get right. Because everything can be a distraction. So social media is distracting. We got to keep it a buck. Whether you want to say it's a positive distraction or not, it's a distraction. So if you completely ignore it, it should get people on their grind. It should. Does it? I don't know. I think that it can also make people feel detached from the world. That's how much of social media influence has done to us. That we feel detached from the world if we ignored it completely. Like we feel like nothing's going on. Now, maybe this is a broad subject because when I say social media, that doesn't mean you can't go on Google though. You can Google stuff to see what's going on in the world. So I don't really want you to take it as you just really detached. But I just think social media is easier to kind of like get a quick summary of what's going on or what everybody's into, what's trending. You know what I mean? We're too wrapped in that. So that question is a setup. But let's entertain it anyway. How motivated would you be and in what areas? Obviously, areas is like work, success, purpose. Obviously, that's like the obvious. What else would, whatever area, what other areas? Working out, exercising, gym, absolutely. So I feel like this can be useful if you were to actually practice this. So I don't see a negative in it overall, what it could do if you really took that serious and ignored it. But I also feel it's not all around the board. Some people can go into a dark, deep depression, become less productive, not motivated at all because they don't got social media. So you can't really just question this. You just can't have this as a question and think we'll be able to just have a solution. It's a good one though. It's a good one. Just imagine if you could. Maybe we should have played with it and put time frames on it, like a week, a month. I don't think a day is gonna matter. A lot of people probably would talk shit that they can go a day. How motivated would you be and what would you think you get done in one day if you didn't go on social media once? You know what? I won't give up hope. I feel like something may be done productive. But you have to go a week, a month. I don't want to scare anybody. 6 months, a year. Those are the powerhouses right there because it's impressive if you actually think about it. It's impressive. If you could really do that for 6 months, a month, a year, that's saying something. Unless you just been on that vibe anyway, then it don't count because you've been not fucking with social media like that. But good one, good try. Good luck. It's a good challenge though if you ever want to take a snap at that. Just shut your shit down for a day. I know I know you need your device, so it's gonna be tempting because your regular device has all of that on there. You know what I mean? I know you gotta use your phone to interact with people. I'm not talking about the regular texting, even WhatsApp. You know what I mean? I mean WhatsApp is still some form of social media to an extent, but there's at least people in your phone. So you can still do that, I guess, to not totally be all the way out the loop. But you be alright. Next, and I'm going black. Normally I take quotes from social media. The complete opposite of what I just said. And I don't normally say who. You know what I mean? I'll just say the statement and we'll dissect. But today I'm feeling like putting the blast. And I don't really feel totally against this person. Feel me? So this is not to bash. If you feel a way, I guess you can make your comments there and here. But and I want to get this right. On Instagram, the.brittany.b. For those who ain't go to school long. Brittany is BRITTANY. So the period Brittany period, don't spell out period, put the fucking dot. States that she is not into guys that do hookah. It's non-manly mannerisms that she isn't attracted to, but it doesn't label your sexual preference. Fellas, how do we feel? All my hookah smokers out there. I got one that's really my guy, my day one. I won't say what he had to say about this. If he listening, or watching, he could laugh at this. It's her choice. Can I really be mad at her? Not really. I mean, if she has a follower, we'll all say this. When someone has a following and people, you know, are really paying attention to your moves, you should watch things that you say because you're an influence and everybody's a fucking follower. So what would agitate men with this, especially the hookah smokers, is that women are easily influenced. Sorry. So if a woman didn't already think and feel this way on her own, I think the guys would have a problem with this starting that. But I'm confused because in the spot, women will gyrate towards the niggas that bought the hookah. So, excuse my mannerism. The guys that bought the hookah. We curse and we talk whatever on here, but you know, felt a little more mellow today. I see the hypocrisy. So it's like a lot of women could feel this way, have never voiced it. But in the spot, what I see, yeah, there's women that get their own hookah. There's women that do their own thing, you know, drinks and all that. But majority of the time, when I look, it's the guys that got the hookah and the girls are smoking it, which is cool. Like I don't think that's really directly an example of this statement, because just because the guys get the hookah, that's not the same as smoking the hookah with them, ladies and men together. Brittany also pointed out, like, you know, if y'all in the house, you know, the whole passing it back and forth and the guys doing the selfies with it and the way, the mannerism of it. I could get it. I get it. It's you know how hookah is done. I don't gotta describe it. But again, for the people, you have your own opinions and views. You can make the choices and selections you choose. So I'm not mad at her per se. It's a strong statement. It's just strong. She cleaned it up with the it doesn't label your sexual preference, because I think men would have really went off on her because it really don't determine who or what you're into. But I get the whole, it's like not a strong manly mannerism. I get that. So I just wanted to blast that real quick. Tell me how you feel about that. Even the ladies, have you always felt that way on your own? You didn't have to hear this. How y'all feel about that? You know, you can let me know that. Getting back with a ex after previous breakup because the specific partner wasn't ready. Now I know more people than not that prefer not to go back in time. You dealt with someone, no matter what level, it didn't work out. It's usually a wrap, right? Hiddenly and secretly, that may not be the case. There might be tons of people going back to exes, right? Here's my take on it. It's up to you though. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta within yourself feel so strongly about it that you roll the dice twice. But most people say one and done, because that's a huge gamble, dog. Like, if You can deal with someone and it's a mistake, and you go, all right, it's a mistake. If you go back and it don't work again, you look crazy. Fuck how you look to people outside. I'm talking about how you look to yourself. You know, because you definitely, I would definitely advise not like involving people in that. Like, in general, the more mature you get, the older you get, your relationship should be secret anyway. Not secret as far as that you're in a relationship, but like the good and the bad and what goes on. Like, that should be just discussed within your partner. Feel me? We should get away from running our mouths to everybody about our situation. That's a pet peeve, but I have a pet peeve. I ain't gonna separate. I'm just saying. That's something else. Anyway, so even the first time around, if you're keeping your relationship private, the second time around, you definitely got to keep it private. To not even put nothing in the air to kind of jinx that shit. Because most people are going to be like, again? But I'll give a quick story. Do I have time here? Yeah, clock ticking. The one example of me being told a story on this that I feel genuinely, based on what I saw and what I was told, that it actually worked out. So I lived somewhere, obviously, always have, where above me was a married couple. African-American married couple. I can't remember the kid situation, or maybe a pet and a kid. Either way, to be above me was the quietest I've ever heard. Ever. Meaning, I didn't hear any disagreements, any arguments. Does that mean it didn't go down? That's not what I'm saying. But we know how our folks are. We get a little comfy. You know, if you go 2 years, a year, whatever, and somebody live above you, a couple, they may get a little chippy. It just may. And that doesn't mean they don't love each other. That doesn't mean that there's not a strong relationship. I'm just telling you that this scenario, I've never heard any turn up above me. So I got to speak to him one day, and he told me, I think they were married and separated for 2 years. Like, it did get toxic, it did get chippy, it did get crazy. Clearly, that's before I moved there. And he stepped away for 2 years. I don't have all the mechanics and all of the breakdowns of what happened in that 2 years. When he returned, he said it was better than the first time. And they have been solid since. And I'm backing that up based on what I hear, based on when I see their interaction, and his story. Now, I say that to say that's 1 out of a dime. 1 out of 10 people gonna have that story, I promise you. But I would prefer not to go back there. That's just me. It gotta be. Now, I'm talking about on some real partnership, real relationship. I'm not talking about going back to bus one. Because, guys, we're a fucking liar. We will go back to bus one. So that part is dead in the water. Sorry, I exposed that. Women may go back to bus one too. So I have more of a guy, and that's stupid. I just sound crazy, because if a guy goes back to do that, obviously the girl is a participant. So that's the first time you could say it's probably even. Because if a guy goes back to something he had before, obviously she's going back to something she's had before. So it's both of them. So I see that happening. But as far as a relationship with someone you was previously in a relationship with, it is not favorable, I don't think. You have to really go against all odds and says, this is internally how I feel and what I want. Then go ahead and do you. Right? All right. Pet peeve. Women that DM men are either scamming, flipping of that money, or involved in sex work, OnlyFans, etc. Unless you're famous. So let's talk about the regular guys like myself. I promise you, any and every time, and I'm super confident, stay focused. I'm super confident now more than ever We're not going to break down my accolades. Just, I'm confident, right? So, does this matter, make or break, at any point in my life, if I got DMs from women or not? It's cute, you know? It feeds a little ego a little bit, but it's not necessarily needed. But anytime that I have received a DM from a random female, it was one of these. I'm sorry. Which, fellas, do not fall for the fuck shit in either regard. If a chick DMs you talking about, want to make quick money, what's your Cash App tag, all that shit is gaga. Don't fuck with it. Now, men are a little sharper with their bread, so I can see most men saying, nah, I'm not. I don't trust that. Now, here go the ones in the sex work. Hey, babe. Want to see my naked pics? Click here. Yo, you want to get together sometime? I can make you feel real good. That's fugaga as well. Sorry the flesh is weak, fellas. I see y'all falling for the sex workers more than the scam with the bread. But either way, dodge both, ignore both. So that's a pet peeve because, damn, fellas, we can't get no love. Shout out to the fellas that get DMs that's outside this. And I just think it's a waste. I'd rather no DMs at all. No DMs in these scenarios. You know what I mean? So that's a pet peeve for sure because I won't say the word I was going to say. Female, you don't like me. You don't know me. You don't know me from nowhere. Why the fuck do you want to help me? Oh, what's your Cash App? Quick cash reward. What's the other shit I got? Do you want some quick money? Hell fucking yeah, but I don't trust you. You don't know me. Why the fuck would you want to help me get money? Then, hey babe, hi handsome, how are you today? Set up. Cut the shit, all right? Fellas, I know you're aware of this. I'm just putting people on who may not be aware. So tomorrow when you go in your DMs and you see, hey, just that's the setup right there. A female you don't know. Hey, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. They out to get you. They out to get you. All right, that's it with that. It's just annoying to me. Like, fucking, don't waste my time. A book to check out. I'm not even sure there's an audio for it. I will Google real quick for you. It's called The Black Poets by Dudley Randall. I mean, all races are co-signing it. You see the title, right? I don't know if they're doing that for clout or just to be down with us. You know, other races sometimes want to be down. Let me see if there's an audio version for you real quick before I move on to my last Black Poets audio book. Or you might actually have to read. Feel me? The audio book thing is cute. It's cool. I do it a lot. But you may have to read that one. So Google it to see because I'm not seeing it. But I think if I scroll down, I might could find it in audio form. But you may have to just read that one. But again, The Black Poets by Dudley Randall. I think that's dope. Health tip and I'm gone. So, the importance of push-ups. That's calisthenics, right? So, there's different calisthenics. But push-ups is the most important factor that people with good genes can survive off just push-ups. Meaning, their body is right. I've seen some guys and they say they only do push-ups. Or they might do the others, pull-ups, sit-ups. And they're able to succeed in life, look fabulous, without going to the machines. So, I'm not afforded that luck. You know what I mean? So I have to put in more work than just calisthenics. But, if you incorporate it with your machines, it'll show you how it affects your stabilizer muscles. Because there was a set, I do my push-ups, but not crazy. So I have purchased the perfect push-up from Amazon. Look that up, perfect push-ups. It's very inexpensive, $20. So there was a 3-day stretch where I did maybe 400 or 500 push-ups each day for 3 days straight. And then when I went to gym on that same day, I couldn't push and do the things that I normally could. Because calisthenics is a workout by itself. So now, unless you do that on a regular, my best advice is you can split that up. So if you go hard with calisthenics and you do 400 or 500 push-ups a day, eventually you get to 1,000. I wouldn't go to the gym that same day. Go the next day. Or you go to the gym with the perfect push-ups, or you do push-ups in between your sets to get your body used to that. Because there's just muscles and then there's stabilizer muscles. And I spoke on this before with the whole difference between the Smith machine versus free weights. All of this is your body got to get used to this. And your body talk to you. You can work out, you can do the bare minimum and still have some type of, better breathing and better life, longer life. Even if you half-ass it, but you're kind of consistent. But when you really start to get into it, you'll see your body talk, because you feel like you're going backwards if you start adding shit. But, add it then and there. Make sure calisthenics is a part of your day. But again, if you're not going to do it with the gym workout at the same time, you could kind of take a break that day from the gym if you go in. I'm not talking about if you do 100 or 150 push-ups. That's nothing. It counts, but you can still go to the gym after that. But if you do 400 or 500 push-ups and you go to the gym that same day, you will be able to tell the difference. It may benefit you later, but you'll see. You know what I mean? So until the next time, thanks for joining me. Stay safe. I'll holla. Stay focused.
You hear the voice of reason.